I think that many women spend so much of their lives taking care of everyone else that somewhere along the way, they stop asking themselves what actually brings them alive. And I don't mean that in some dramatic way. I mean that life just fills up. Children, marriage, responsibilities, work, caretaking, schedules, exhaustion. And for many women, there simply isn't much time left over for themselves. Or if there was time, they were simply too tired to even know what to do with it. So we get used to surviving. We get used to routine. We get used to taking care of everyone else. And then one day, life changes. Relationships change. Children grow up. Retirement comes. The house gets quieter, and suddenly there's more time. But instead of feeling excited, I think for many women, this feeling is so unfamiliar because after so many years where we're focused outward, and now suddenly we're sitting here wondering, what do I even enjoy? What actually lights me up? What do I do with myself? And I think a lot of people actually struggle there, not because they're lazy, not because they don't care, but because people have genuinely become disconnected from themselves over the years. So they numb, they scroll, they watch television for hours, they repeat the same routines every day. And then they wonder, is this all there is? It's not because they're bad people, but because they truly don't know where to begin reconnecting with themselves again. And honestly, I understand that. Because when you've spent years being valued for what you provide to everyone else, it can feel very uncomfortable to suddenly do things for yourself, especially if you're not immediately good at it. I also think that many women feel this pressure that when they try something, they need to be immediately good at it. Like if you start painting, you need to automatically be this amazing artist. Or if you try gardening, you suddenly have to have this perfect garden. But I don't think that's the point at all. I think we need to give ourselves permission to be mediocre sometimes, to be beginners, to be messy, to try things simply because they spark curiosity, not because they make money or because we'll become experts, not because we're trying to impress anyone, but because we're really just trying to connect with ourselves again. And maybe the things that you loved years ago don't resonate anymore. And that's okay. Because the goal is not to become who you were 20 years ago. The goal is to become who you are now, to learn about who you are now. What is it that you love now? Maybe you love nature. Maybe you love things that are slower. Maybe you enjoy creating with your hands. Maybe you want to learn something completely new. Maybe you just want to feel present again. I think that maybe so many women are not searching for perfectness, but just for that feeling of aliveness. You know, those moments where you lose track of time, where your mind actually slows down, where you feel like you're in that flow state, where you have those moments where you feel present, engaged. That's what matters. And I think that's where purpose can begin again. Not some giant life transformation, but just that reconnection to yourself again. And I really want women over 50 to hear this. Purpose doesn't expire with age. Joy doesn't expire with age. Creativity and curiosity don't expire with age. And your life simply is not over because you're in a new season. In many ways, this could be the season where you finally connect with yourself and really figure out who you are. So if you've been feeling disconnected lately, maybe don't try to reinvent your life overnight. Maybe just begin to listen to yourself again. Notice what sparks curiosity, what makes you feel peaceful. Notice what it is that makes you feel just a little bit more alive. Allow yourself permission to explore these things without needing to turn everything into perfection or an achievement. Because maybe purpose is not about becoming someone else, but maybe it's about you giving yourself permission to fully become the person that you are. What is something that brings you joy? Or maybe just something that you would love to explore a little more? I'd really love to hear about it. Let's do this together. I'll see you next time.